What's going on, people? So this module, the overview of Iron Mindset module. You probably hear me say this a lot throughout every single video in this module, but I really, truly feel this is the most important module. If there's any module that you really take action on, forget how to scale to 200, 300K a day. Forget how to JV with vendors and build relationships. Forget how to get the best payouts from networks. Forget how to get exclusive deals. Forget all of that. This is the most important module. Doing this right, taking action on the stuff that's inside of this module is what's going to set you up for success. It really is. We're going to cover knowing what to expect. So I think obviously every video is important, but really on knowing what to expect, we're going to drill down into the good, the bad, and the ugly of affiliate marketing and this business model in particular. Some of the things that are amazing, life-changing, right? It's changed my life. But also, there's going to be hiccups along the way, right? And there's going to be bumps in the road and there's going to be walls that you run into. And it's important that you prepare for that mentally, because without the right mindset, it's so easy to just bomb it off. All right, this was too hard. I should have just stayed in the job. I should just be happy with what I've got. Okay, don't reach for the stars. I'm just going back to my normal 9 to 5. So easy to fall back into that pattern. The reason why you're here, there's a reason why you're here. Okay, knowing what to expect is a big part of how to prepare for the things that you're going to come up against. And some of the things I'm not even going to have foreseen, right? In this video, knowing what to expect, I'm talking about my experiences, okay? So I can only talk from my experience. There might be things that I have not experienced yet that you come up against, okay? But again, just being mentally prepared to hit these bumps in the road and hit these walls and these obstacles is going to set you up way, way better than being completely unprepared and think this is going to be a smooth sailing all the way through, okay? That's knowing what to expect. Then we've got the triangle of productivity, okay? So in the triangle of productivity, this is talking about nothing groundbreaking, nothing new. This is all stuff that's already been spoken about by many, many other people, okay? But it's stuff that I found really has helped me. Okay, and the triangle of productivity basically relates to 3 things that all have a massive impact on how productive I am and how focused I am. And they are sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Nothing new, right? Been around for hundreds and probably thousands of years, right? Those 3 things, basic needs for the human, right? Doing those 3 things and prioritizing those 3 things will set you up with a better mindset, become more productive, and your performance maximized rather than neglecting them and prioritizing work. And it's very easy to prioritize work, especially if you're striving to get there as fast as possible, or you have other things going on in your life where your time is limited. I can guarantee you just taking the 20 minutes to do a quick workout or half an hour walk, okay, that is going to help you massively when it comes to working and your productivity, okay? What's your why? So what's your why is really getting down to the driving force of why you want to do this. What's the reason? And I think every single one of us has a reason, maybe more than one reason, but becoming clear on that and uncovering and knowing what that is super, super important, because it's going to allow us to relate back to that when we do hit the walls and when we do hit the bumps and when we do feel like giving up. Going back to the reason why we're doing this is going to be very, very important, as is setting goals, which is what we lead on to next. So setting goals leads on from what's your why. Now you know your reason why you're doing this. Now we can build goals upon that we can help keep us focused, help us hitting accomplishments, whether it's a monetary goal, whether it's time freedom, whether it's location independent, right? Whatever it is, jotting them down into smaller, more bite-sized goals is very, very important and can help us keep focused. So that's what we talk about in setting goals. Knowing your numbers is if we have set monetary goals and maybe the monetary goal that we're going for is huge and quite unfathomable, like $10 million, right? I want to make $10 million. Well, okay, don't expect that overnight unless you win a lottery, right? But if we break it down into smaller bite-sized chunks, okay, let's do $10 million over the next 10 years. And let's now do $1 million a year. And then let's turn that into, whatever that is per month. And again, I can't do it off the top of my head, but 400, 500K a month, right? And then let's drop that into a week and then a day. It's much more fathomable, much more believable, much more achievable when we break it down into smaller chunks. So that's what we talk about in Knowing Your Numbers, how to backtrack and reverse engineer from those big goals and break them down into more achievable goals. And then the daily routine, super, super important. I have seen massive benefits from having a structured routine to my day where I have a plan, okay, where I get up at this time, where I work out at this time, where I chill with the kids at that time, where I check campaigns at this time, where I do it my most important task at that time, where I walk the dog, right? And I go through it in this video and in the document where you can see a typical day. All right. I think this is super, super important. And that rounds out the iron mindset. And I think it's so, so important that you go through these videos. And I know that most people will skip ahead to get to the meat and potatoes where the money's being made. But ultimately, doing this module, taking note from this module, and it's nothing new. Everything's been spoken about before. I haven't created anything. I've not invented, and I don't claim to. But I reiterate what needs reiterating, and I lay out what has worked for me, okay? And that's what I'm doing in this. And I can tell you, hand on heart, this module alone can help you massively. It really can. This is what will help you set up for success, okay? Without this, or at least without understanding it, or at least without trying it, you're going to be so much more susceptible to failing. And not only that, you're going to be more susceptible to not picking yourself back up, to just going back to the easy life, going back to the dependable wage at the job, right? That's not what I want. That's not what I want from you, okay? So I really recommend you go through this module. I know the mindset always seems like boring, woo-woo, for me as well. But I can guarantee that if you do this right, and if at least you try it, I'm telling you, it'll be a benefit, massive benefit. So enjoy it. Give me feedback, drop comments in the community. Any questions, let me know, and I shall see you inside the module.